Today I accomplished nothing new. I gave the mini book to my friend. They seem to enjoy it. We'll see if they read it more later. I think they just skimmed through it right now. But I think the copy will work. We'll just have to see. Anyways, what's my next goal now? It's kind of like that post-nut clarity when you finish a project that you have. You spend a lot of time doing it, work hard on it, and then you finish it and it's rewarded. Then after that, it's like, all right, what else? Like there's a clarity of either trying to fill the void or trying to immerse yourself in the void and asking yourself, well, if I already fulfilled what I always wanted to do, then what's the point of me existing anymore? You either answer that by giving yourself another goal, or you start to question the very reason that you're still alive. If the purpose of life is to fulfill your purpose, then what happens if you're still alive after you have fulfilled your purpose? What's the point of living then? And I think at that point, right now I'm just talking something very small scale with these individual projects, but like your life mission after you accomplish that and you're still alive, then why do we still exist? If we're scared of that, then we tend to try to transform it into making a new mission so that your life has meaning. But then there's the other part where you're not necessarily scared of that void, and you start to consider that maybe there is no purpose to life, that there is no inherent mission that we're here to fulfill. That's only something that we create for ourselves. We can always keep ourselves busy, or we can simply exist. And the idea that life has to have a meaning, I feel like it's sort of a addiction based off of fear of not being comfortable staying in the void. But if you don't fear, then that idea that life has to have a meaning, you don't find it necessarily to be true. You can if you wanted to, but it doesn't have to. Is it possible to still be happy? Yeah. Because at that point, you start to how could I describe it? At that point, you start to think of yourself not so much as an individual person, but you start to wonder if you're nothing more than part of the cosmos and all its happenings. Like the same way we wave our hand and create a gust of wind that lifts up dust. The dust simply flies along with the wind. It's not that it's trying to. It's not that it's its purpose. The cause of the wind made the dust go this way. Similarly, the same way that we exist and accomplish things, couldn't that have been driven from how things were supposed to turn out? Just beyond our own understanding. Kind of like how like water settles into a sinkhole. Water settles down onto a cup and starts to fill it. There isn't. It's not that it's the water's intention to fill everything, but simply that's something that is going to be filled, and it's either your turn or not. I don't think it's a question of destiny, but rather like a series of destinations, and it doesn't matter who. I don't think that there is any predetermination in that sense. It doesn't matter who, but certain things need to be done. And that's basically how people think of themselves, as having a specific purpose to actually fulfill one of those things that needs to be done. But from someone who is, I would say beyond that, but someone who is not limited to thinking that their existence is about filling all of that, but rather simply to exist. And the byproduct of that is that you happen to do what's necessary. You happen to take part of what is going to get done. In that sense, we have no escape from helping the cosmos envelop or develop. That's what I said. Yeah. So I think at this point, the sense of individuality starts to fade away, and instead you start to identify yourself as a part of a larger thing. But at the same time, you start to identify yourself as the larger thing as well. So the attachment to your sense of individuality, to even your own body, starts to fade away on its importance. You exist here and you're conscious here, but that doesn't mean that this is you. You are as much as you think you are. Your awareness, your consciousness doesn't have to be separate from everything else. If there is no self, there's no sense of self, and instead only a sense of cause and effect, I would say, then it's impossible to feel yourself as lonely as before, or as separate, or conflicted. The same way how you think about your finger and your toes, they're all part of the human body, and you can identify them as a finger or as a toe. You can even think about only that part, and somehow it becomes more alive. You're more aware of its role in your entire system. But the more that you focus on only one part of your body, then the least you are aware of the reality that these are simply a part of your body. And more so that these are tools for the body's existence. Similarly, how our sense of individuality is more so of a tool in the development of the cosmos. The more we start to perceive ourselves to be the process instead of the tool, then I'd say the more liberating we are, the more liberated that we are. I'd say that's true freedom. No self. Anyways, time to sleep. So, toodaloo. See you tomorrow.